Today, we'll be learning how to wash and disinfect the mops and buckets used in the daily mopping process. This procedure must be followed on a nightly basis for each mop bucket and mop head used. Upon completion of mopping for the night, please adhere to the following steps. Gloves and eye protection must be worn when following this process. Step 1. Remove all used mop pads from their mop holders and empty contents of mop bucket into the janitorial sink. Step 2. Using clean, cold water, rinse and thoroughly agitate used pads in the janitorial sink until they are clean. Pads must be rinsed every night and should rinse clean. Step 3. Fill the front compartment of the gray and red Unger buckets with 2 gallons of clean water. Use the markings in the buckets to measure this amount. The red bucket and pads are for the isolation room only to prevent cross-contamination. If your clinic does not have an isolation room, you will not have a red bucket. Step 4. Using the provided measuring cup, add 1/3 cup bleach to the front compartment of each bucket to create a 1/100 bleach solution used for disinfection of the mop pads. Step 5. Soak the green and blue pads in the front compartment of the gray bucket and, if applicable, the red pads in the front of the red bucket. Do not cross-contaminate by placing red pads in the gray bucket. Pads should be carefully submerged during the soaking. Do not soak more than 4 pads at any given time. Step 6. Wait 10 minutes to allow for disinfection to occur. This time should be used to complete other nightly tasks. Step 7. After 10 minutes, remove the pads. Rinse and agitate them under running water to remove excess bleach. Wring and set aside. Step 8. Dump bleach from buckets down mop sink. Step 9. Disinfect mop buckets by spraying with critical care. Step 10. Wait 10 minutes to allow for disinfection to occur. Again, this time should be used to complete other nightly tasks. Step 11. After 10 minutes, thoroughly rinse off the buckets to remove all disinfectant. Ensure thorough rinsing, paying special attention to the metal hinges on the bucket. Then, place the mop heads over the buckets to dry overnight. The pads should dry fluffy and be ready to use the next day. Each individual mop pad should last at least 200 of these cycles.